Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. We are in Bible study. My name is Amy, and I'm an ordained minister. We are in the NIV, and we will be through 2025 and 2026. We will start the KJV. We will also start doing comparison language videos, but not in this one. In this video, we are in Genesis, and we are in chapter 31, and we're actually only going to do chapter 31. Verses 1 through 21, which is called Jacob Flees from Laban. Because remember, this is his uncle who was trying to cheat him and did cheat him. Now he's got all these family and he wants to leave, but his uncle won't really let him. So now he said, hey, let's do the flocks. And he's made himself rich off of the strong flock of his uncle by keeping only the speckled ones as his wages. Because he should be fairly paid. And his uncle's not going to like that so much once he starts to notice. So Jacob flees from Laban, with Laban's daughters. Chapter 31, verse 1. Jacob heard that Laban's sons were saying, Jacob has taken everything our father owned and gained all this wealth from what belonged to our father. And Jacob noticed that Laban's attitude towards him was not what it had been. Right? Then the Lord said to Jacob, go back to the land of your fathers and to your relatives, and I will be with you. So Jacob sent word to Rachel and Leah to come out to the fields where his flocks were. Then he said to them, I see that your father's attitude toward me is not what it was before, but the God of my father has been with me. You know that I have worked for your father with all my strength, yet your father has cheated me by changing my wages 10 times. However, God has not allowed him to harm me. If he said, the speckled ones will be your wages, then all flocks gave birth to speckled young. And if he said, the streaked ones will be your wages, then all the flocks bore streaked young. So God has taken away your father's livestock and given them to me. In the breeding season, I once had a dream in which I looked up and saw that all the male goats mating with the flock were streaked, speckled, or spotted. The angel of the God said to me in the dream, Jacob. I answered, here I am. He said, look up and see that all the male goats mating with the flock are streaked, speckled, or spotted. For I have seen all that Laban has been doing to you. I am the God of Bethel. Where you anointed a pillar, and where you made a vow to me. Now leave this land at once and go back to your native land. Then Rachel and Leah replied, do we still have any share in the inheritance of our father's estate? Does he not regard us as foreigners? Not only has he sold us, but he has used up what was paid for us. Surely all the wealth that God took away from our father belongs to us and our children. So do whatever God has told you to do. Like, okay, husband, if you want us to leave, we'll leave. Then Jacob put his children and wives on camels and drove all his livestock ahead of him, along with the goods he had accumulated in Paddan Aram, that is northwest Mesopotamia, okay, to go to his father Isaac in the land of Canaan. When Laban had gone to shear his sheep, Rachel stole her father's household gods. Moreover, Jacob deceived Laban in the Aramean by not telling him he was running away. So he fled with all he had, crossing the river, which is the Euphrates, headed for the hill country of Gilead. So he's on the run from his own father-in-law. Well, he didn't even bother to tell he was leaving with his children and grandchildren.